I would never speak to you again.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I couldn't. It's just like,
that?
it's like it's non-negotiable. This is me, and I'm not having it. And if you want to be grown up and have a sensible relationship, then cool. But if you love me, then you should treat me like you love me.
Yeah.
You turn up late and I had some preheaters dinner. I was just so angry.
Oh, he could be my little brother. And then I would say yes to incest. Oh, I'm not going to. Anyways, moving on.
Very toxic. Put disclaimers out that we do not support any of the things that this woman is saying. No. We do not support those views.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, let's have an argument and I want to throw plates. And, oh my gosh. And I just want to get into like this massive argument about it works on your like bodily level. So it sets off the endorphins and it's the rush. And your body doesn't know with regards to whether this is dangerous or whether it's exciting. Yeah. But you're addicted to those dopamine sort of rushes. Like that. So if I'm toxic, so be it, because I don't like that.
Right, so we're both toxic then.
Hey guys, and welcome to another ladies' night with myself, Sarah.
And me, Holly.
So yeah, tonight we're going to be talking about toxic relationships. So before we kick it off, you said you wanted to have a little talk about...
Well, I thought we could discuss the week. Because I don't know about you, mine's been hectic. Can't lie. We should discuss our Halloween weekend, the week.
What have you been up to?
Well, Halloween night out was a bit chaotic, can't lie. So Halloween, you're supposed to dress up. I was Barbie because I got my lips done. So big shout out to RBM for doing the lips. Because I thought, right, I'm being Barbie. Might as well get the lips done. That was an excuse. And
any excuse to
girl math. That ain't girl math. I don't know what is. But anyways, brilliant excuse. I might be Barbie every weekend from now on. They slayed the lips. Look, I don't know if you can tell.
Give them a pout.
Anyways, so I don't know what it was with the new lips, but I think they must have been doing something. Because, long story short, I think this woman, she must have been about nearly 50 or in her 50s, snogged me in the toilet.
What, full on snogged you?
Yeah, she grabbed my face and snogged me. Yeah, well, her wife was outside, by the way. Her wife was outside. She snogged me in the toilets. At that point, I went, right, come on, let's go.
No way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what that reminds me of? The last podcast we were talking about like these unsolicited guys, and now you ladies are out there doing it as well. We're not encouraging this.
To be fair, she was really loving it, and can you blame her? The lips were lipping. I can't blame her, to be honest. But anyway, it was confident to me. I thought, right now, I've slayed it tonight. Obviously, look fit in me Barbie outfit. Can go home peacefully.
You are wild. So is that... What else did you do then for the rest of the weekend? Anything else?
Bugger all, I'm not going to lie. Bugger all. I think that took it out of me after that. I think after that, I thought, right, I'm having a week off now, sunshine, because I have had it. Anyways, yeah, rough night, can't lie, won't be doing it again. I think I'll be going alcohol-free.
She says. Cheers.
I think I'll be going alcohol-free from now on because I can't be dealing with the drama and the ladies trying to snog me.
Oh,
anyway, how was your week?
Do you know what? I didn't really do anything at all. Yeah, well, apart from work, obviously, like the whole week has been busy. Like even today, we're saying, I can't believe it's Wednesday.
I know.
And it literally feels like I've already done a whole week.
I know.
Up until this day, because we did say Wednesdays our new Saturday night. So, but it actually does feel like a whole Saturday night with all of the workload and stuff that we've been doing. But it's been absolutely brilliant, very productive, really good week.
Yeah.
I don't celebrate Halloween, so for me, my kids put a little poster up on the door. I know. It was like,
them poor kids going past your house thinking, can't go past this one because some miserable bitch is in there.
There's a few of us in there, yeah.
Is it you the only one on the street that has a don't knock at my house sign?
I believe probably so. Yeah.
Because I am in two minds of Halloween. I think, right, so it is, essentially it is like prohibited stealing, really, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because you're giving things away. Like when teenagers knock at the door, I ain't answering that because you've got enough money to buy your own sweets, thank you very much.
Oh,
I ain't answering that. That's too far. But when like a little kid's all excited in his Spider-Man outfit, like my nephew went to Spider-Man, it was so
cute. But for me, obviously, I look at it as a deeper thing. So I'm there. I'm not entertaining those spirits. None of that. I'm not saying come to my door, come knock on.
Yeah.
You just don't know what's behind those masks. I don't trust it.
Do you know what I'd do?
I don't trust it.
You know what I'd do, right? It's a little kid knocks on your door, you open door with your sweets, and you go, fucking straight.
No, you won't.
That'd be quite funny. That
You're wicked.
Imagine the kid just cries in front of you and you just go, ha ha.
That's toxic. I'm going to put that there. That is actually, that's pretty toxic.
That is a little bit.
I know we're talking about toxic relationships and toxic love, but
I think I'm just heartless.
do you know what? Holly's a babe.
Yeah.
She is a babe. She is. She's lovely.
Well, anyway, don't gas me up anymore. I've already been snogged now. Someone's flirting with me. Anyway. So, on to toxic relationships. So, when the word toxic relationship comes to mind, what's the first thing that you think about when you hear toxic relationship?
Well, right now, the toxic relationship that I'm thinking about is Will Smith and Jada Pinkett.
Yeah.
That is one of the things that really comes to mind with regards to toxicity. I kind of had like inklings about those two for a little while anyway. There was a lot going off. I don't know. It's one of those where I'm not in people's business like that. And, but when you're in that public forum and you're putting it out there, same as those, I guess, putting stuff out there, you're going to face some sort of backlash. And the stuff that's happening, whether you agree with it or not, is one of those different things. But I do see, and I don't know the ins and outs of it, obviously, but I do see a lot of it looks a bit toxic, like from the outside view.
Yeah. Well, what I heard is that she was actually with Tupac throughout the whole thing. Is that true?
Because obviously Tupac died, didn't he? So he got murdered a long time ago. But apparently she was in love with him still.
Yeah.
So I think that was one of the things where it was sort of like she had held on to this love of Tupac like this whole time.
But even apparently they were together when Will and Jada were together. That's what I mean. I don't even know
I don't even know their timelines. Doing this with you,
yeah.
I don't follow like celebrity culture.
Well, apparently Will Smith was with Margot Robbie when they were together. Because if you've seen them photos of them in the photo booth and you think, oh, they look just like friends. No, more than friends.
Well, they did some steamy scenes. I know that.
Yeah.
They did some steamy scenes.
What do you think about that? Like, being an actor, how would you feel if your daddy's up in some other girl's business?
I know, it's a lot, in it.
No,
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, obviously, it's their job. But
I don't care how much you're getting paid.
Imagine going to work. Going to work. I'm working today.
What are you filming today? Sexy.
Sexy with Margot. Like, would you sit there and watch it? Or do you think that's toxic? Would you sit there and just be like, I'm Margot, don't get too passionate with my mum? How would you feel about that yourself? Because I don't think I could do it.
I think I'd go on set and smash it up, I can't lie.
Yeah.
Summer, I'd do something. As she got a dog, I'd steal the dog. Well, I'd
just steal the dog.
Something. I just wouldn't let that slide because you're not telling me, because I'm not an actress, so I can't comment on this, but you're not telling me that there's no feelings there.
I don't know, because I mean, some people.
Because Will Smith's hands on your body and you're not thinking, bloody hell, I'm tingling. I'm not being funny. I'd be tingling.
Do you know what? It possibly does happen because I feel like it's like relationships in the workplace.
Yeah.
So when you're very close and you've got to have that extremely intimate scene, there has to be some sort of a chemistry. I know you've got to kind of fake it, but there's a lot going on, isn't there? And I know that they do use. They've got like these things that they put over, like very slim underwear, so there's not actual bodily contact, but there is a lot of bodily contact, if that makes sense. There's still stuff happening. So I think it's probably a bit more uncomfortable for the guys because whatever they're feeling could show. Whereas obviously for a woman, you're not really gonna see as much of that. But yeah, I don't think I could be comfortable doing that. And then even imagine like here, because we've got the whole setup with cameras and lighting. And then you've got a couple of other people watching that whole scene as well.
So you're telling me, right?
Yeah.
You've got a film role, and who's your celebrity crush? Harry Styles. Harry Styles says no. Harry Styles says no. I want you as the female role, and basically it's gonna get real steamy. And you've got to be the female in it, and you're my girlfriend in the film.
I would fully say
would
no
do that
to Harry Styles.
Like, bend me over.
You got you for Harry. Oh,
Harry Styles.
No.
Of course I would.
My back in the day thing was Method Man.
Your kids would never speak to you again if they knew that. That if they knew that you turned down Harry Styles, they would never speak to you again. I would never speak to you again.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I couldn't. No, Harry's not a bit of me. It's more a bit of you, I think.
He's not even a bit of me, but he is a bit of me. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I feel like everyone Harry Styles is like, it's not a bit of you. but it is a bit of you. Can't describe it. Can't.
Yeah, I
Don't
think
think
I
why.
look at Harry Styles like he's my little brother or my child.
Oh, he could be my little brother. And then I would say yes to incest. Oh, I'm not going. Anyways, moving
That's
on.
very toxic. Put disclaimers out that we do not support any of the things
No,
that this woman is saying.
No.
We do not support those views. Okay, guys.
unless Harry Styles.
Goodness.
Have you been in any toxic relationships?
Oh, do you know what? Obviously, it's difficult for me to really talk about things like that because I've been in a relationship like the majority of my life. So I've not. I guess there has been parts in my relationship where I would say I was probably the toxic one,
Yeah.
especially in the beginning of my relationship, where I was very much so like, when you watch TV and you want to be all passionate like the TV shows,
Yeah.
and it's sort of like, let's have an argument and I want to throw plates. And,
I've never been like that.
oh yeah, I'm so fiery. I'm a Taurus. Like,
Yeah.
for all the Taurus out there, like we're a little bit, I was always sort of like, because my husband is very, let's talk about things. If there's a problem, we've got an issue, let's just have a conversation. And I'm like, you don't care. Oh my gosh. And I just want to get into like this massive argument. And I remember really early in our relationship that when I wanted to get in an argument, because he went to the studio with his brother and I'd cooked dinner and he knew I was cooking dinner and we turned up late and I had to then reheat his dinner. I was just so angry over dinner. It wasn't even a special dinner. It was just like maybe spaghetti bolognese or something. I can't even remember what it was. I was that angry. I got the plate and I threw it in the bin and he just walked out and I thought,
and it's worse because they don't react. You almost want a reaction.
The reaction. I wanted the whole, I don't know, like argument. So then we could have a little screaming match and then, they do on TV with makeup and they're kissing passionately and they go off and do the thing. And I didn't realise how toxic I was, and obviously I was very young. So I'm just looking at what TV is showing me what love is supposed to be.
And that seems normal because that's what you consume.
Yeah. And obviously he's just like, I'm having none of that. So since then, we don't argue. And obviously I can stand to the testament of the fact that we've stayed together for 26 years, 27 years, and we don't talk over things. So I've been very, very blessed with regards to him being so patient. Otherwise, he could have been in a very toxic relationship, I think.
So do you think that he's built you up to be a better version of yourself? Because that's what a relationship is supposed to be. You're supposed to be the best version of yourself because you're with each other.
Yeah, I feel like he made me very accountable for my actions. Sort of thing. Like, it's not acceptable to, if you love me, then you should treat me like you love me.
Yeah.
We shouldn't get into this whole, how's a screaming match really showing that you love somebody rather than just sitting down and speaking? Not to say that you can't have something where it could get a bit, you could bicker or I'm upset about this and they could be crying. I've had those sort of conversations where, you're thinking so deeply and passionate about something or you're upset about something, but not to the point of you're screaming and slamming doors. And
so he basically put you in your place.
I think so. He was just like, it's like he's non-negotiable. This is me and I'm not having it. And if you want to be grown up and have a sensible relationship, then cool. Yeah. I think we do kind of, as women, we kind of do that. We can be very petty.
Very petty.
Why do we do that?
Do you know one that I heard though, and this one was very relatable. I feel like we've all been through it. Whether you can say it's a toxic trait or not, or they're just looking out for you. But someone said that basically this goes to trying to have a glow up and better yourself.
Yeah.
He was silence with that. He was trying to lose weight. And so he lost weight, and then his girlfriend said, "Why are you doing that? You're just trying to get other girls. You're trying to move on from me now." And that goes hand in hand with, say, when as a female you get your nails done, you get your eyelashes done, you say you want a boob job, and then or anything like that, and then it's like, well, why are you trying to do that? You're trying to get other men. You shouldn't be doing this anymore. You've got a boyfriend. Yeah, and then it's like when you try and flaunt yourself, it's like, you've got a boyfriend. Yeah, I know I've got a boyfriend, but also know I'm looking fine, so I can show it off. And you as a man should be respectful of that, and you should show your woman off. And I find that is toxic. Whether it's really horribly toxic, where they actually mean to be toxic, or they just don't realise. And I think it's sort of passive toxicness.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get that 100%.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. It's sort of like your insecurity as well, though, I think.
Yeah, massive insecurity in them.
Yeah. But it's really bad also that you would have such little belief in your partner that you think, "Do you know what, just because they've had this so-called glow up,
Yeah,
that now they're not going to want you because you
exactly.
felt as if they weren't good enough, and now they are, like they're better, that they charming."
And then that goes in with the you can't go out and out without them. They've got to be there.
Oh no, you have to have your life.
You have to have your life off. We got the girls.
Yeah, you go out with the girls, you can hang out
Yeah.
with your guy, you can have those separate nights. But I've got on here, anyway, some different things about
Go on
toxic
then.
relationships. So I want to talk about the whole bad boy situation,
Mhm.
because we have a lot of people who are very much into, they want a bad boy. Like, why is it, ladies, that you feel as if you want to get with that bad boy? And I had to do like a bit of market research on this, and apparently it's all about it works on your like bodily level. So
There's
it
definitely
sets
some
off
science
the
in that.
endorphins, and it's the rush, and your body doesn't know with regards to whether this is dangerous or whether it's exciting.
Yeah.
But you're addicted to those dopamine sort of rushes. So we're talking about the attraction to bad boys is people like the spontaneity of it, they like the excitement, the adrenaline rush of it, and
the uncertainty.
yeah,
of it.
apparently it's like the whole roller coaster of the life of the up down, and you don't know what's going to happen. Like, that terrifies me.
It's the unknown. It's exciting. Like they want someone where you don't know what you have to work for it. You have to like. It's essentially what it is. It's like the honeymoon stage, but throughout the whole relationship, because you're constantly like dressing up and like you have to sleep in your eyelashes and stuff because you don't know where you stand, and like you want to look good for them because you've always got to impress them, and like it's essentially that's like the beginning of the relationship for like the whole thing. Which obviously that's nice at the start of the relationship. Then as you get more into the relationship, that's boring anyway.
Stress, that is.
It's stress. And it never ends well, so don't do it, ladies.
Like these bad boys.
Immature.
Yeah. And also because what I don't get, like, because you know, you can have some certain bad boys, but then you have the bad boys who like they are bad boys. You've got the people who are in and out of prison for doing
that's also so
that they're doing. But you know, when women literally they'll say, "No, I'll hold you down, babe, I'll with you and I'll stay with you," and then they come out and you think, "Do you know what? Good on you, you stayed with your man, got locked up, and you know, he was there for him and you supported him." But then he goes and does the other stupid thing again and then ends up back in prison and he's still holding this man down.
And then that's just immature and that's selfish, because as a female, then you're left without a man. He's going to allow you to fall in love with him to then leave you to go to prison for God knows how many years. Then, God forbid, if you've got kids, then you've got kids to look after as well. You've basically just like, you've essentially set yourself up to be alone, is what you've done there.
Yeah.
And to be heartbroken at the end of it for a man that's literally going to go to prison. How immature.
Yeah, that's the part that I don't quite understand with regards to the bad boys thing. I know some people like it with, you know, they feel like they've got the money coming in and they've got some sort of stability. But I'm still down for that whole, let's nurture those guys who are really trying to do the whole 9 to 5, working on the career, making money through that. Maybe they're investors rather than let's do something.
That's mature. Like, that's nice. That's mature. That's attractive.
I guess it's just not as exciting. But I feel like I'd probably rather live like the more mundane, boring life, so-called, rather than having the whole honeymoon period of excitement and my man's just locked up all the time.
Well, you have that at the start of any relationship anyway.
Yeah.
So why you'd want that for God knows how many years after, I don't know. Anyway, Sarah.
Oh, yes.
I want to know about your advice.
My advice.
And your dirty knickers. I tell you what, every week we get these dirty knickers out, just still haven't washed them. Right, where are they?
They are down here. So, guys, this is the part where we do our dirty laundry. We air it, don't we? Air our dirty laundry live for you guys to find out a little bit more about us.
Yeah. Usually we have it with guests, but this time it's me and Sarah.
I know, I'm a bit scared, to be fair.
I feel like doing it alone this time. I just feel like I don't know enough about this woman and I need to know more, basically.
I'm going to rustle around. Oh, I like this colour.
Right. God stinks.
So bad. Right, so today, would you rather your partner hates your parents or your parents hate your partner? Oh my.
I know which one I'd choose straight away.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you choose?
If my parents hate my partner, I could be with my partner.
Yeah.
So I'd rather my partner hate my parents than if I can just like, right, deal with it, you know, bitch.
Yeah, but I don't know how I feel about that. If my husband, like, if my
Yeah, but what would you
mum,
do if your mum hated Azari and hated you with him and like you couldn't bring him round because it would be awkward and like your mum would be like, just leave him, just leave him, just leave him. You would convince yourself and you would leave him.
oh, it's really hard, that one, isn't it? I don't
I
know.
think that's quite
You
easy.
literally just chose it straight away. Like, yeah,
that's quite an easy option.
bye. No, I don't think I could do that. I don't know. What would you guys do? Would you rather your partner hates your parents, parents hate your partner?
I know which one I'd choose.
I know you're not supposed to default on these, but
You can't default. Damn you drink if you default.
I kind of think, okay, I would go that my parents hate my partner
I could do that.
only because I live with my partner. So therefore, I'm only going to see my parents for like once a week, and they can now hate him.
Yeah, but then what if they phone you every day like, oh, I'm leaving, we hate him, never liked him.
Yeah, but you're not around him. So yeah, I'm choosing my parents hate my partner. I think on that one.
Why not?
Oh, that's uncomfortable because I don't think I'd like it. Wait, why is it me again?
You can have two and then I'll have two
Oh my
after.
god. Okay, right, let's have a look.
So, wait, why's it me again?
No, this one's funny. Would you rather date Kanye or Chris Brown? So obviously this is the toxic love edition.
I was hoping for this one, weren't I?
Really? Right. So for me,
It's quite an obvious one, I think. Again, quite obvious.
see, Chris Brown, I like the fact that he dances.
Yeah, he's an attractive man.
And he can sing.
Yeah.
But he's quite young. So for me, like Kanye's a little bit older. Like one of those sort of things. But I know Chris. To be honest, none of them are
Chris
literally
Brown ain't that young.
in his 20s or something.
No,
Is he 30s?
I reckon he's nearly 40 now.
Really?
Yeah, defo.
No, it's because none of them are my type.
Really?
And I like tall guys, and I feel like both
Yeah,
of
they're
them are
a bit short.
Oh, I'll go for Kanye.
Easy. Kanye, easy.
Yeah, I'll go for Kanye.
Easy.
Because Chris just seems a
That
little
ain't
bit too much of a ladies' man. And
He would cheat on you. Kanye, bloody hell, you don't know his head from his arse, so you would not know how to cheat on you. I can't lie, I love that man, can I just say? He definitely knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
that man
so
is not
clever.
crazy. He's
not.
not crazy. And he's
He's
art. He's so
Yeah.
clever with what he's doing.
Yeah, I'll
His
go for Kanye.
everything.
And I've seen Kanye perform live as well, and he was
Have
he was
you?
amazing. It was just after his mum died, so it was really like sad, and
Crazy.
you could feel like the pain and stuff that he was going through. But it was
Yeah.
a really good stage show, and he was a very good performer. Yeah, I'll go with Kanye. I choose Kanye.
Imagine like your Kanye West's like,
Well, that I wouldn't really like, to be fair, because he'll be dressing up like Kim Kardashian,
to be
with
fair,
like a face mask and some
definitely
weird
before
stuff.
you go out the house, he's like, right,
This is what you're
something
wearing.
really
Sarah.
weird. We're gonna get a photographer to get photos of us, and then we're gonna go viral.
Yeah, but no, I'm not doing that. But yeah, I would choose Kanye. Cool. What you got?
Nah.
Your face.
I know this one's quite brutal, can't lie. Of course, I get the brutal one. You've had the ones you got. I would answer. Just look at them. Answer right. Easy. Next. Really? You joking? These were easy. Well, these ones quite hard. This one.
Go on, then give it to
I've read it so far. Says, would you rather your partner cheat on you once a month, but only with their exes? I'd kill them all. Sorry, can't.
No, she wouldn't.
I wouldn't. I would unalive them
No.
all. I
Okay.
would unalive them all.
Apologies to anybody who might be
Apologies.
offended. We're just going to put a disclaimer out
Yeah,
there.
sorry. Didn't mean that. I meant unalive.
It's all a joke. Everything is for entertainment purposes.
Or your partner cheats on you with different people each week, different people every week. You're not going near that brothel of a women you used to go with.
Really?
Definitely not.
But what
Because
if
also there's feelings there then if you're going back to your ex.
Yeah, but what if he's only had like a couple of exes and they're actually all right and think,
Well, I would be with him anyway. Can't lie. Would be binned.
yeah.
Hope you're watching this. You won't be my boyfriend. And two, no. Simply no. If you're going to go, at least go for a different bint every week, and then I can have a different bint every week. Thank you very much.
Would you? Oh man.
Yeah. That's
I think I'll go for the exes.
Would you?
Yeah,
but don't you think that's got a bit more meaning to it? If you
Yeah,
get
they could become as like concubines or something. Like it needs to be like a written contract of some sort.
No.
Then it's only a couple. Whereas if it's different women every single weekend, I don't think I could emotionally take that.
Yeah, but at least you know he was probably just drunk and a bit feeling it a little bit. Date someone that your friends can't stand but your family adores, or date someone that your family despises but your friends love.
Hmm.
Date someone that my friends can't stand but my family adores. Easy.
Yeah, that's quite easy, isn't it? Buying
Easy.
friends.
Yeah, I feel like friends you get over it.
Yeah.
Their friends are never happy. They're always like, they're never happy. They've always got something to say.
Yeah,
Whereas my
friends can get picky.
parents, as long as you're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you brought me into this world.
It's true.
That's very true.
Right, what else we got? We've got
Right,
one
we've
more.
got one more.
The dirty laundry.
Yeah.
Right. So the last one, oh, we've got a bit of lace going off in there. So the last one is, would you rather discover that your partner is expecting a child with another person?
Oh dear.
Oh gosh. Or discover that your partner is married and has kids? Oh, wow, that puts a spanner in the works because I am married to my partner.
Yeah.
I
That's
think-
illegal. That is illegal.
Yeah. Oh.
I think that one again's quite easy.
It's a sticky one, isn't it? I think for me, if I was not married in the situation that I am now with children and married, and I was with somebody, I would probably rather discover that my partner is married and has kids, and then at least then I can just be like, "You're a waste man."
Yeah, at least then
How
you can
could you
get
do
something
this?
out of it, like
Yeah.
a holiday or something.
You're a woman, you're disgusting, and
Yeah.
whatever. But then it's sort of like, if I was like my situation now, to find out that my partner got with somebody else and now that other woman's pregnant, that would devastate me, and I think it would really devastate my children. So,
Yeah, as well. Then you're the stepmom essentially to a kid.
and then I
Well-
would have to love that child because I'm that kind of person. It's not.
Oh
that
yeah, you
child's
would. You would
fault.
love that child.
Yeah, it's not their fault.
And then every time you look at that child, you think of the disrespect that you've been facing.
Yeah, I'd have to get over it. There has to be a lot of praying and like anointing. There's a lot going off with that one. Yeah.
Right, so
Damn.
bit speechless after that, can't I?
Yeah, it's a lot.
All I'm thinking about now is things I don't want to think about. Can't I?
know.
Anyway, let's lighten it up with some more toxic traits.
Toxic traits.
So, well, I heard that one toxic trait is, and this might make me toxic because it's public display of affection in public, and if you don't do that, apparently you're toxic. And I can't lie, I'm not a PDA person. I don't like doing that.
Really?
I'm really not. Like, it's just awkward, isn't it? Like,
It kind of depends.
when you see someone else doing it, do you not think, oh, I'm getting rude?
It's a bit cringy. So
Bit
it
cringy.
kind of depends on the situation. I feel as if, oh, I'm just thinking about, when you see some people and you literally approaching the traffic lights and you're just standing there and you're waiting for the green man so you can cross the road and you've got two just passionately making out.
Why have you got your hand in her back pocket?
Yeah,
Take it out.
There needs to be none of that. I don't like
that.
that. So if I'm toxic, so be it, because I don't like that.
Right, so we're both toxic then, because
Yes.
my next one was going to say, are you toxic? And you've answered that. So,
I'm toxic. If that means
she's toxic.
100%.
Well, I've got the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. We've got that.
Oh my God.
That is toxic. That is massive toxic. But going on from that, do you not think though that the only sort of abuse you hear about on like the news and stuff is when a man is being abusive? You never hear it when it's a woman. You never, and that was a shock because that was only published because it was against Johnny, and it was only when it was switched that it was like, right, okay, actually she was the one that was abusive.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of that, I think it was kind of hard for people to sort of see or to understand because I guess it's the same sort of thing like what's happening with Jada and Will Smith at the moment. To see that women can be toxic, and obviously we can be 100%.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like half the time it's probably women are more toxic, surely.
I was thinking that.
Because men surely do it without even realising, whereas we are calculated, we know what we're doing.
Women are extremely calculated. That's what I feel.
Whereas with men, you can sort of give them the benefit of doubt because half the time you can be like, oh, he's just not switched on enough to know what he's doing.
Or they do things because they do maybe something in the moment, whereas a woman can hold it down for a couple of weeks and plan certain things that she's going to do. And I feel that is more toxic. Like guys, I mean, obviously, everybody can be toxic, men and women, but women, I do feel that we are very much more calculated.
Oh yeah,
thinking about certain things. And yeah, the whole thing with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, both sides, just watching from certain things that I did view with those two, they both had very toxic traits with each other.
Yeah, it was probably definitely like joy. You're not telling me that one person started that. There was obviously a lead winner in the whole thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Worse than the other person.
I think she kind of came out looking so bad because you don't expect it from
Oh,
a
yeah.
woman.
That's true.
You know, and maybe that's a lot of guys that probably thinking they didn't expect that. But know for sure, guys, that there are so many women out there who are super calculated.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
like if you was a man and you was dating a female, would you be scared? Would you be like a little bit apprehensive? No.
well,
Being a female yourself and knowing how you run.
no, I
And
think
I
it's one of those where some women, if you scorn them, it's kind of like you've got to sleep with one eye open, you know, because you don't know kind of like what's going to happen or what sort of plans that they have.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they're going to do something like violent or crazy, because not all women do that. Because I do know that guys have ended in like some abusive relationships where those sort of things can happen as well. But I do feel like there's some women where, let's say you've got a lot of money, if you scorn that woman, she might be calculated enough to be like, okay, then I'm going to start ciphering off some of your cash and putting it into an account. Or some women want to get themselves pregnant by guys who are rich.
That's very true, but have you watched EastEnders recently?
I don't watch EastEnders.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're a EastEnders watcher, a listener.
But another one, some people believe that if they stick it out, things might actually change. And I think that's a big one in relationships.
Disagree massively.
Do you think so?
I disagree, because I think once someone is toxic, why would you ever want to be with them anyway?
But what if they say that, do you know what, I'll change?
But then also with that, you've got the whole, mental health, I'm just not mentally well at the minute. Selfish. Why would you be with someone when you're not mentally like right yourself? I think that's so selfish. If you're not mentally okay, or if you're going to blame your wrongs on mental illness, then for one, I don't want anything to do. But to sort yourself out before you even think about dragging me into your mental illness shit.
Yeah.
But then that's just it, isn't it? It's like, why would you be with anyone if you're not mentally well?
Yeah, because they'll say like I'm not in the right mental space, or I'm not able
That's
to
not an excuse. You still have to take accountability for your actions.
Yeah.
Like, what would you do if someone cheated on you and said, "Oh, sorry, I'm just not mentally right at the minute. I'm really not happy with myself. I'm so bad. I'm such a bad person. I'm not gonna. I can't do it without you."
Do you know what? I'm quite a independent person. Like I rely very much so on my husband, but I know that I'm very well and capable without him, if that makes sense. Like I do believe that we've grown together so strongly, but also we know that we're very strong as separate entities, if that makes sense. So I feel like for me, that is something that I couldn't understand that justification. I would be like, well, if you're not mentally capable to be.
So, what would you like from this? What have you taken from toxic relationships?
Well, one, I'm not standing it. I'm not down for that.
Yeah.
Two, obviously, shout out to my husband, who has helped me. So maybe, do you know what? Instead of me being so like, I guess, judgy, it could be to, from this whole situation, be like, let me kind of understand where you're coming from a little bit. Not to be walked over, but also to understand sort of like where that other person's coming from and have that conversation. Because when my husband's spoken to me, obviously many moons about I'm not having this. This isn't how relationships are. Like, stop watching EastEnders. You know, EastEnders is not
Never stop watching EastEnders.
It's not the one. That is not what you base a relationship on, guys. You know, one of them sort of things. I feel like she says, "No, my life's EastEnders." I feel like, I'll just be a bit more patient with people, but also not to be walked over.
And is that what advice you would give out to other people?
I guess it depends, because
it's different.
Yeah, and it's hard to give advice as to say, you know, this is what I would do. You know, when people say, "I would never stand for that. I would never do that if I was in a relationship. I would never." You
can't comment on it if you've not been in it. Yeah.
Who knows? I've known so many independent, strong women that have been in very abusive relationships, whether that's been mentally abused or physically abused. And you can never say that you'd never do that. You know, so to give somebody advice is quite difficult, especially if you've never been in that. I think the only advice I could give to people is how it's kind of works for me personally. Yeah. And advise them to go to a professional, I think, who will be able to help them and deal with them, depending on what scale they're actually going through. Definitely. Yeah. What about you?
Always trust your gut. Trust your gut and go with it, no matter how much it's going to hurt you, how sad you're going to be about it. how much it's going to hurt the other person. You have to trust your gut. You've got one life. Why would you ever think to yourself, what if?
That's true.
What, like, there's no point in thinking, what if? What's the worst that can happen after this? You're heartbroken for a little bit. It's not forever. I'd say trust your gut, definitely.
Great advice.
Don't let anyone disrespect you, gal.
That's it. That's it, guys. And as well.
And guys as well, yeah. I just say gal is like a whole group term.
I know, because we are like ladies' night at the end of the day,
Yeah,
guys.
it's a group term. You're a gal too.
But yes, we're going to wrap things up now. So thank you so much for joining us this evening for Ladies' Night. And we'd love to see you all again. If you did miss this episode, then you can catch us on Urban Spirit Studios on our YouTube channel, our Instagram, and on our TikTok.